Got the money?
Got Doritos?
So I made a Doritos commercial for a chance to win $1 million. Wasn't even planning to do any commercials. I wasn't even sure where to begin. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it or not. But $1 million, I mean, yeah, I'm going to do it. They were doing this contest for anyone who basically thinks they can do better than the pros. And it was running from September the 19th all the way to November the 21st of 2024. And by the time I found out, it was November the 9th, which left me with about 12 days to get it done. So I took the first few days to figure out how I want to do the commercial because I didn't have a clue like where to start. And I had 12 days. So I just sat around and just started thinking and nothing. I had no clue. So I stepped away for a minute, just relaxed, didn't even think about it. And I figured, you know what, something will come up, a light bulb will, turn on eventually, right? And it did. When I was watching the movie Scarface, that famous hotel scene where they're doing the exchange, that's where I got the idea. That one line when he says, "You got the money."
You got any money? You got your stuff?
But instead of saying, "You got the stuff," I said,
Got Doritos?
Yeah. I got Doritos.
and then from there, I pretty much made up the rest. I just needed like a starting point or an idea, something to get me going. So once I had that inspiration, then the rest just started coming together.
Doritos. Now.
Seriously? So I wanted to keep things simple. I didn't want to overcomplicate things, so instead of having two actors for the exchange, why not just make it a phone call? So this way, all I need is one actor, myself, right? And the phone call is easy. I just had someone make a phone call to my cell phone on cue. All right, get it? And the only thing I had to do was change the name to Anonymous. Now that I have that situated, now I had to figure out the lighting. How can I light this scene? That was my question. Since it was going to be about an exchange, I figured why not try to make it look somewhat cinematic with dark tones. Since I want to keep things simple and not go crazy with all these lights or whatever, and since it is going to be dark, I figured let me just use practical lights, which would be my desk light and my screen. To make the screen brighter, to light up my face, I just opened up a Google Doc. That was my trick to make my monitor brighter. Expand it, make it as wide as possible, and then that becomes a light. But I wasn't completely satisfied with it. I mean, I was, but there was something missing. I felt that although I had the key light going for me, I needed a little bit of fill. Like it was just too dark. I needed some ambience in the room. So I decided to grab my tube light and use that to create the ambience in the room. But instead of pointing it directly at me or shining it directly to the background, I decided to point it away. So that way that light bounces back towards me and the background, which created the look that I was actually looking for. Once I got that situated, what was the next thing I did? I'm having a moment here. Let me think. What did I do next? Oh, the camera. So one of the other things I needed to figure out was, how am I going to shoot this? Using my Atomos Ninja 10-bit log or record straight out of camera, Rec 709. Now, initially I wanted to use my Atomos Ninja, but I was running into problems for some reason, like doing the conversion from 10-bit log to Rec 709. I just didn't have the time to figure out all the technical stuff, like what I was doing wrong and how come that's not working, and then having to grade it afterwards. Like it was just way too much than what it needs to be, right? So ultimately I decided just to record straight out of the camera, Rec 709, and it actually came out better. So I just went with that. So then came the sound. Now, my room is not sound treated at all. So I already knew when I was going to start the commercial that the sound was going to be complete garbage. I already knew that. So I had to do what I hated the most, which is ADR in my closet.
Got the money? Got Doritos? Got Doritos.
I mean, it's all right. I don't mind doing the ADR because it actually helps enhance the sound, which is cool. But honestly, I'd rather just do it in one take live, like right there on the spot and be done with it. But it is what it is. Now, the problem I ran into when I was doing ADR, I started to get sick. And because I started to get sick, my voice started to sound like this.
Yeah. I got Doritos.
Yeah, so that was kind of a problem, but then I figured, you know what? Who cares? I mean, nobody knows me or how I sound, right? Or at least most people. So I just went with it. It's like, all right, whatever. It is what it is, right? But later on, when I got closer to the deadline, my voice started to get better. So then decided to do ADR again. So this way, I actually sound like my natural self and not.
Yeah. I got Doritos. Yeah. I got Doritos.
Yeah, exactly. So once I got the sound and everything going and I got to shoot everything, then the editing process. And that's when I find out real quick what shot's gonna work and what shot's not gonna work. And let me tell you, when it comes to reshoots, I can't stand it because then you gotta, set up everything again. Then you're gonna have to re-memorize your lines again. It's just a headache. I just like to try to get things done in one take if possible. But yeah, so I did have to do a few shots or reshoots. And there was this one shot in particular that really bugged me. So with your normal eye, right, you don't really notice small details the same way a camera lens does. Your camera really enhances the detail. So when you play it back, you're like, oh, damn, how come I didn't notice that? For some reason, I didn't see it at all until I played it back. I'm like, whoa, like it really bugged me. And I'm thinking, damn, now I'm gonna have to do a reshoot because of that. Like I need this to be clean as possible and not look dirty, right? But thankfully, everything was still in place. I didn't even move the camera. So that's good because now I can just get a clean plate. And with that clean plate, I was actually able to remove that small piece of the frame and replace it with the clean plate. So it looks clean. Now, creating the voice for Anonymous, that was pretty straightforward. That was actually me. I did that in my closet.
Got Doritos?
So it was just a matter of adjusting the pitch.
Got Doritos?
Got Doritos?
And that's it. Like I didn't even do much. It was just adjusting the pitch to a negative number and I got the voice of Anonymous. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you're wondering whether I actually won the contest or not, no, I did not, unfortunately. Sucks. I didn't even make it to the semifinals, but whatever. You know what? It gave me an excuse to make content for you guys. So there you go. Merry Christmas. But nah, anyway. But yeah, damn, it's been a minute since I posted a video. It's been a while. I just do things a certain way. I like to carefully plan stuff. I overthink sometimes, most of the time. But yeah, anyway, it's totally up to you. You can subscribe to my channel or not. It's up to you. I appreciate it if you do. But yeah, I'll post more of these eventually. See ya.